Hello everyone, this is Professor Hill, and this is a short video for our class, Introduction to Ethics Philosophy 2306 here at St. Philip's College. Today is Thursday, August the 30th, oh my gosh, and we're in week number 1 of our class. And so what we're trying to do this week is get a copy of our book, Doing Ethics by Lewis Vaughn. I've been hearing from some of you, I know they're on the way or they're supposed to be here this weekend. Just make sure you get it as quick as you can, because we're reading chapter 1 and we're trying to walk through some of the key concepts of that chapter in anticipation of applying those concepts to our upcoming case study. And the essay you're going to write for that, enter that into the discussion area, and then also comment on 2 of the essays of your classmates. So that's the plan. And what I want to talk about today, just briefly, I mentioned yesterday, the first 2 key terms were just ethics, the philosophical study of morality, and then morality being our beliefs about good and bad, right and wrong. Well, the next thing in the chapter you'll see is there's 4 different types of ethics that the author, Lewis Vaughn, identifies, beginning with descriptive ethics. And that's a little bit about what we were doing yesterday. I said to you to go to the module or click straight through to that Pew Charitable Trust survey. And that was a survey of 40,000 people in 40 different countries about 8 key ethical issues. And one of the nice things about the website is you can compare and contrast different countries and see the great differences between the values of different cultures that are out there. And how the fact of the matter is there's a lot of different people, a lot of different backgrounds and traditions, and they end up in different places on things like the 8 different ethical issues that they were describing. And so today, the first of these concepts, descriptive ethics, is just that. That was an example of this. So when you think about descriptive ethics, think about somebody literally describing your ethics or the ethics of your state or country. You know, I want you to think about social scientists out there with their clipboard, asking you questions and writing down answers, and going out of their way to get survey information, data that they're generating about what people's ethical beliefs are. Now, again, this is important to remember. This is not formative. They're not trying to say this is the way something should be. They're just describing the way things are. So they're just giving you data. And that's an important distinction. It's not someone like the Pew Charitable Trust is not saying, oh, the people in this country are right and these people are wrong. They're just saying, here's the information. That's descriptive ethics. Now, the other types of ethics that he talks about in the chapter, normative ethics, meta-ethics, practical or professional ethics, we're going to get to those tomorrow. I just want to make sure that you're able to link the Pew Charitable Trust survey that we were looking at yesterday with the description and the definition from our chapter today. These are concepts we're going to want to bring forward into the discussion we have about Jenny Lake. Now, if you haven't had a chance to go through and look at the first case study about Jenny Lake, you'll see that, look, it is a difficult, terrible case. We wanted to start right off the bat with one. It's a medical ethics case where there's just not a lot of clear-cut answers. It's a terrible situation, and it ends badly. Spoiler alert, if you haven't read it yet, there's just no getting out of this. It's a terrible choice that she's faced with. So there's not going to be, a happy ending at the end of this. She's just got to make a terrible decision. It's a good example to start with for a lot of reasons, especially when you'll see this in our discussions when we get to them, which is that it underscores that this is not simple and easy, that there's going to be a lot of gray areas and a lot of disagreement. And it's going to push us right off the bat to start understanding our ethical decision-making process. What is that linked to? Is that linked to my personal values? Is it linked to a set of core beliefs and principles that I have? If I want to say something's right, like her decision, we're going to have to push pretty quickly into why do you think it's right? If you think it's wrong, same thing. Why do you think it's wrong? Because as we advance through the first couple of case studies, you're going to see that you're forced to make a decision. Is this right or wrong, good or bad? Give your reasons for that, and then also begin to look at what's underpinning those reasons. My thinking about this. What's that foundation that it rests on? This is a difficult kind of personal exploration of our own ethics, and it'll help us understand and create a framework for thinking about other new difficult decisions that we have to face. So, get your book, read chapter 1, start looking at that case study. Like I said, it doesn't end well, but it's a real case. These are decisions people have to make. And again, if you hadn't faced a really difficult ethical decision in your life lately, believe me, you will have to in the future. If you've got friends, if you've got family, if you're a human being, believe me, what lies ahead are very difficult ethical decisions. Hopefully, by engaging in this conversation, this dialogue, we can sort out ahead of time the kind of core concepts that we'll need to rely on when we're faced with these things in our real life. That's the reason why we look at case studies that are based on actual true cases. I mean, there's a place in the world in terms of teaching ethics for hypothetical situations, but as you look through, you'll realize that all of the case studies we're looking at are true stories. Real people had to make real decisions. And what can we learn from that? What does it say about ourselves and what we would do in that place? And what, again, is at the foundation of that ethical decision-making process? So that's the lesson for the day. Again, it's Thursday the 30th. Take care, and we'll talk again soon. Get those books. Bye.